Every time I take Edward of Woodstock for a spin, I regret it. I think, how bad could it be? It can't be that bad. It's that bad. In this video, I'm going to review, first of all, why it is that we were fighting recently. And second of all, why I thought, you know what, maybe I'll just bring good old Edward of Woodstock out for a spin. No, never again. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and in this video, we're going to be talking about Banana Helmet, Edward of Woodstock, who is gotta be my least favorite archer. Every time I think, how bad can it be to use Edward of Woodstock? It can't be that bad. It is. It always is. Now, why was it that I was using Edward of Woodstock in the first place? That's what I've got to talk about first, because isn't your KVK over, Chisgule? Why was there fighting? Well, there was a little dispute over this sanctuary right over here. You see, it was supposed to be in our hands for another cycle of contention. So when someone from the other coalition, the opposing war camps, took this sanctuary before the appointed time, Negan does what Negan would do in a diplomatic situation where he knows he has the right of way and he knows that he is correct. And he said, I'm about to go out for a Friday night. If you don't get out of that structure in 5 minutes and stop freaking garrisoning that thing with a Zenobia, I'm just going to rally it. You see what happens if you make me rally it. And so, of course, he also reached out to the diplomatic envoys of the opposing side and let them know exactly what he was going to do. And he said, you see in our agreement that this is not supposed to happen right now. So you need to go tell your team to stand down. But the diplomatic envoy from this particular kingdom wasn't there. So some goofball who was just running around with their double C took the sanctuary. Their alliance members came over and thought, we should have the sanctuary. And this escalated to a rally on the sanctuary. And you could see all of that in the live stream that happened yesterday. So during that live stream, I poured over to this part of the battlefield and I bring 7 marches out, okay, to go and defend what's going on over here, because it's turning and it's quite the tussle, okay? At this point, it's quite the tussle. So I've already switched civilizations. I'm back to Germany. I'm in like Chisgule farmer mode, get out the straw hat or whatever and get some resources, accumulate healing speed ups. No, Chisgule. No, you don't get a recovery time. No. So when I go to bring my marches to the field, and by the way, I'm trying to, chat with people from the opposing side too and talk them off the ledge. I'm like, hey, look, we definitely are supposed to have this right now. And Negan has talked to your diplomacy team. You should totally just stand down and let it get sorted out when your representative comes online to talk about it. And, long story short is, yes, of course, Negan was correct. He almost always is in matters of diplomacy. In fact, he always has been correct in matters of decorum in diplomacy and when things are supposed to happen. You cannot be confused in a diplomatic conversation with Negan. If you claim you're confused, you got problems, okay? You cannot leave a conversation with Negan about diplomacy and be confused about who's doing what when. Okay, so anyways, we're fighting over here. And I go to my commanders, and I go to bring out a march, and I'm equipping gear. And I'm like, all right, 6 marches. I got 6 marches. I got my Guan Leo. I got my Saladin William. I got my Trajan Ethel. I got my Ramses Cyrus. I got my Nebu Esong. I was like, what am I missing? What am I missing? And then I realize, son of a gun, I still haven't put sculptures back in my Artemisia. Card up in the top if you want to see that whole explanation of the Artemisia sculptures getting refunded and why I didn't reinvest in her yet. So I realize, crud, there's fighting going down. I gotta get there. What could I use with Tamaris instead of Artemisia? Why not good old-fashioned Banana Helmet, Edward of Woodstock? So I go, sure. Let's use Edward of Woodstock and let's just see what happens, okay? And let me show you what happens when you use Edward of Woodstock. Because some of these reports, okay, they were great, okay? For the most part, my reports are all great. And the problem with Edward of Woodstock is when he gets focused, okay? And so the majority of these reports, and I'm just going to flash through these really quick, even when my Nebu gets focused, look how positive the majority of this report is, because they're doing so much area of effect damage, trading tens of thousands positive with all these different marches before they do, in fact, get focused. And then and only then do they start to take some negative trades. But up to that point, I mean, this combination of Nebu Esong is like 50,000 sevs positive or more which is absolutely insane. I mean, here's another 16,000 sevs, right? So that is an amazing march to have on the field. Even though, okay, I start to take negative trades here when I get focused, because, of course, pretty much any march when it's getting surrounded 7x or 5x is going to be in some big trouble, right? But Nebu and Esong, I really like because at least they're doing tons of AoE damage. They're glass cannon, but doing tons of AoE damage. My Guan and Leo, for comparison, and I get that my infantry gear on my Guan Leo is absolutely bananas on the topic of banana helmet, right? But these trades are solid, right? Like 15,000 positive, like that's nice, and a lot of really positive trades. Okay, here's some more positive trades, like 10,000 positive, like 5,000 positive, another 13,000 positive, right? You get some good stuff going on over here. And look at this, just still more AoE, more good stuff. Okay, Trajan and Ethel even. Okay, they're not there to do damage. They're there for the buffs and to enable all the other marches to do damage, but still, right? They're doing some solid AoE. They're doing some solid debuffs, helping everybody out, getting some decent value, okay? And then we're going to get to the banana helmet reports, right? Even they got 5,000 positive here, 4,000 positive there. Alex and Harold kicking butt, okay? This is what Alex and Harold does. A couple thousand positive there, a little negative there, positive there, 6,000 positive there. They don't even have AoE unless they're getting focused. And they're still, like, doing some work over here. Okay? Cyrus and Ramses. Oh, this is good to compare all these different marches, okay? 4,000 positive, 4,000 positive, 4,000 positive, 4,000 positive, 5,000 positive. Right? These are positive trades. Everything's going swimmingly, right? Right? Oh, look at that. Nice big trade there. 1,000 to 13,000. Okay? Oh, Saladin William. Man, every time I think I'm about to get to the Edward of Woodstock march, right? As you can see, all my other marches are doing great stuff. Positive just about everywhere. Until they get focused, of course, any march is going to start to take negative trades. Well, for the most part, that's not exactly true, but a lot of marches will start to take negative trades when they get focused. Now, here's the banana report, okay? What a disaster this becomes. Now, I want to point out that in terms of how long they were fighting before they get focused, it's, about the same-ish as the Nebu and Esong, all right? And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 marches that are focusing me, it looks like, at about the same time there, which is really awkward. Okay, so this is a 7-march swarm on my Edward of Woodstock. It's going to cause problems, obviously. So we go a couple thousand positive at the start. Something weird happens with a debuff, maybe. 6,000 positive, you'd be thinking, yeah. Edward and Tamaris, you're doing all right. Couple thousand positive. Couple thousand positive. 17,700 to 3,000. That's Attila Takeda, man. Oh my God, gross. Absolutely gross. And then, okay, 3,000 to 4,500. That's in my favor. 14,700 to 3,000. Disgusting. Ew. 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 I don't like that. Okay, and you know already, spoiler alert, that it's going to get worse. They swarm me with a Trajan Ethel as well, so I'm getting debuffed like crazy. All right, 4,000 negative, and then this stupid report, my God, 27,000 to 300. Gross. Now, if we look at the troop buffs, there's a good reason why this march is doing so much damage. Not only does XY William do a lot of damage, even though the William's not expertised, he's got 25% more all damage when he's below 50%, and 25% more all damage when I'm below 50%. Now, I have support skills on my Edward and Tamaris too, and my Tamaris is not expertise, which is very relevant. I'm missing 10% attack, I'm missing 10% attack reduction of cavalry, and I am missing 10% counterattack. That does make a big difference, but I also have honorable sacrifice. When I get low, I'm getting shields and boosting my attack. That's Leonidas' skill. I've got some extra attack and march speed, okay? My stats were fine. I had the full epic set on my archers, so it's not like I didn't have stuff on them, right? I had a full epic set. I had the epic weapon. All of it's talented. All talented gear, okay? So 6 talented epic armor pieces and some accessories, and none of the accessories are designed to reduce the damage I take anyways, so that's fine, right? And I get completely sauced here. So, what are my thoughts on Edward of Woodstock with Tamaris? Although that combo is enabling other things to happen, It is just not, oh God, 16,900 to 2,800. Everything was fine until Banana showed up. Freaking, I started using Banana of Woodstock and I regret it. Now, what is going on here that Edward of Woodstock is just not getting the job done? And why is it that a commander like Artemisia Primary or Ramses Primary with Tamaris works out a whole heck of a lot better? And let me just go to the commander screen and show you this, okay? If I jump on over and we just get a quick look at Edward of Woodstock, I have talked many times about how his active skill takes way too long to fire off, which means either you've taken the skill cycle from the enemy, which means you do less damage, or you don't even get your skill cycle at all because they walk away from you, which sucks. The 30% archer health, you think that will be enough, right? You'd think that's enough tankiness, right? No, it just isn't on Edward of Woodstock for whatever reason. I could actually even tell you what the reason is. Because unlike Nebu Esong, which has 30% defense and no other tankiness, really, the thing about Edward of Woodstock that is not as good is that he's not doing AoE damage. So Nebu and Esong, yeah, if you focus them, they're going to get wrecked, but they are going to do so much damage to everybody as they go down. Whereas Edward of Woodstock and Tamaris are just offering that utility, but then otherwise get kind of wrecked. And you compare to Trajan Ethel, they have utility, but they don't get sauced in the field like Edward of Woodstock, okay? Now, he also boosts skill damage by 25%, which is cool until you realize that for the most part, your enemy can just walk away from your skill damage. So a 25% skill damage boost on 0 is still 0. And then damage to infantry is boost. Yeah, you should hunt infantry. And when you're above a certain amount of health, or I guess units remaining, like, yeah, you have more attack, which is nice. It ain't bad, but you also lose defense, which is not good, okay? So it's fine. It's fine. And I realize now I'm using my streaming setup for recording this video. Oh, well, I'm not re-recording it. This is going to be what it's going to be. The freaking expertise skill here makes it so that after you use an active skill, all normal attacks and counterattacks deal 50% extra damage, which is great, except you don't really use your active skill all that frequently, really. And even if you add a bunch of things cranking out rage to make it more frequent, there's no way around the fact that Edward of Woodstock and Tamaris is really squishy. So compared to Artemisia, right, with the defense tree, which also adds a huge amount of tankiness and 40% of defensive stats instead of 30%, this, I think, works out better. Okay? She also has AoE damage. So if you're going to have a bunch of people swarming you, at least you can go down swinging and do a lot of damage back as well, potentially, instead of just hitting a single target. So, do I like Edward of Woodstock? No, I do not. Do I regret bringing him into the field to pair with Tamaris just for this exercise? Actually, no, because I got to relearn why it is that I will stay away from Edward of Woodstock, and hopefully, you found this video helpful too. If you did, throw a like on here and consider subscribing. And if you want to see all of this ridiculousness as it went down in real time in my live stream, I'll have a card up in the top for that live stream, and there will be timestamps so you can jump right to the part that I told you about where, I mean, I'm minding my own business. I drop an F-bomb because I'm like, oh, I got to go deal with this. And yeah, well, you'll see. Check out that card in the top to see the stream. And until next time, you have fun. Smash in the kingdom, and just leave a comment down below if you've had maybe a more positive experience with Edward of Woodstock than what just happened for me. Oh, and P.S. when the diplomatic envoy did come online for this particular kingdom, they were lovely. They were like, oh yes, you are supposed to have that sanctuary for the next cycle. This is relevant for the honor race, which I don't think we're going to win. Maybe we will, right? But it's relevant for that, so it is supposed to be yours, and so we have it still. So I don't know. If Negan says we're supposed to be doing something as a result of a diplomatic conversation, I assure you he knows exactly what he's talking about, but everything's hunky-dory. We're all good now. Everything, we're all fine here now. Thank you. Everybody's fine.